Hi guys, today we'll be touching on consultations with clients and in particular the first or initial consult. We will specifically focus on consult preparation, the way they are to be conducted and everything else in between. Please be reminded that a lot of the content on my episodes is from personal experience and or preference. So if you do things slightly different, don't stress. Preparing for a consultation. Initial consultations usually arise after receiving a phone call or email from a prospective client requesting your services. Before arranging a consult, I suggest that you attend to the following. Ask the client to explain the nature of the matter in very brief terms. This will assist you in preparing adequately for the consult. Depending on the nature of the matter, you may need to do some prep or memory refreshing beforehand. It is completely pointless to inform a client in a consult that you will need to do the necessary research before you can advise them. This is unprofessional and comes across as though you have no clue what you're talking about. It is also necessary to have the prospective client briefly explain the matter in case your firm does not practice in the field to which the particular matter relates. If you do not do criminal law, do not arrange a consult without making sure that the matter is not criminal in nature. Inform the prospective client of your consult fee. You need to make sure that the client knows how much the consult will cost before arranging same. You may want to request payment of a deposit prior to the consult. Alternatively, you may do so after the consult, but before proceeding with any further instructions. You also do not have to ask for a deposit at all, but this is not recommended. There are plenty of people out there who have no intention of paying your account. If you feel uncomfortable requesting a deposit, consider asking for a small one, such as R2,000. You will need to explain your fee structure during the consult, but we will get to this. Once the above is out the way, check what the prospective client's availability is like and see whether it suits you. Confirm the consult details telephonically or via email, but also send a meeting request afterwards. After the consult has been scheduled, but prior to the consult date, attend to the following. If you have requested an upfront deposit, make sure the funds are reflecting in your trust account. As you would have already been informed of the nature of the matter, do some reading on the relevant legislation, rules, and case law applicable to same. You'll encounter some matters where quite a lot of research will need to be done beforehand in order to familiarize yourself therewith. Doing the requisite reading beforehand will be highly beneficial for the consult. Depending on the amount of information received on the matter when arranging the consult, I like to put together a few questions I will need to ask the client. I often find that if I do not write down certain questions beforehand, I forget to ask them during the consult. It is good to know in advance the information you need from the client. It also shows that you are prepared. Doing this is not always possible, however, and will depend on the amount of information you have on hand, as well as the complexity of the matter. Ask the client to email you any important documentation beforehand, so that you can peruse same. For example, if your client has been served with a summons, request that they email you a copy thereof so that you can go through same. You don't want to waste your time during the consult reading the summons. Print your fee structure. You must hand a copy of your fee structure to the client during the interview. Also explain your fees in the context of the matter to the extent possible. Some attorneys require their clients to sign a formal mandate. If you are one such attorney, explain your fee structure and the mandate itself before having clients sign same. If the consult will be taking place virtually, email your fee structure and or mandate to the client instead of printing same. What to remember upon arrival of your client. Your receptionist will usually inform you once your client has arrived. Once being notified of said arrival, go to greet your client by shaking their hand. If you are still worried about COVID and would prefer not to shake hands, just inform your client as to how you feel. Mask wearing is up to you and your client. Direct your client to the boardroom or wherever the consult will be taking place and allow them to take a seat. Thereafter, offer your client tea, coffee or water or anything else you may have, except booze. Place your client's order as well as your own with whoever will be making the beverages. Close the door so that your client knows their privacy has been respected. Obviously, if the consult is taking place virtually, there'll be no handshaking, mask wearing, or drinks offered. Make sure you have your fee structure or mandate and a pen and paper with you, as well as any source material needed for the consult. When consulting virtually, email the client your fee structure and or mandate beforehand. Once both yourself and your client are seated, the consult may begin. The consultation. First things first, your client must explain in as much detail as possible the nature and facts of the matter for which they have come to see you. So, ask them to do so. Before this, however, you should make some small talk with your client for 5 minutes or so to get them settled in. This tends to make the client feel more at ease. Don't make small talk for too long, however, as your client is paying for legal advice, not banter. Whilst the client is explaining the facts and circumstances surrounding the matter, take notes. If you need further clarity on something mentioned by the client, interject and request same. How you take notes is entirely up to you. I, however, do the following. Whilst the client is explaining the matter, I take notes and write down important questions I will need to ask the client. Remember, I will already have a few questions set out based on the information provided by the client when arranging the consult. When I make a note of something said by the client which I deem important, I make a mark next to the particular note to indicate said importance. After the client has finished explaining the matter, and once your notes are complete, carefully go through with the client each question you have written down. Once you have received an answer to each question, you should have a full understanding of the issue at hand, as well as your client's version of events. It is now time to advise your client, which advice will vary depending on the nature of the matter. For example, in a litigation matter, discuss the merits of your client's claim or defense and the relevant legal principles. Thereafter, explain the litigation process to your client and briefly go through each step. For example, if your client will be the plaintiff in an action, inform them that you will first issue and serve summons, after which the defendant will have 10 days to deliver a notice of intention to defend, and so on. I also like to try and provide my clients with an estimate of costs at each stage. If you do this, make sure your client is aware that you are only estimating and cannot provide any guarantees. If your client's matter does not concern litigation, briefly discuss the legal principles pertaining thereto and explain the next steps you'll be taking concerning the matter. For example, if your client requires extensive legal advice on a topic, such as conducting new mining operations, inform them that you'll be drafting a legal opinion on the matter. It is hard to be specific here, as I am speaking broadly. Once you have attended to what has already been mentioned herein, ask whether your client has any questions. If any questions are raised, make sure to answer them adequately. Finally, give your client a copy of your fee structure and answer any queries they may have in regard thereto. If you require your client to sign a mandate, give them an opportunity to read and sign said mandate. You can also allow them to read the mandate at home and email you a signed copy. Again, if you are consulting virtually, you should have emailed your client your fee structure and/or mandate. You can still go through same with your client during the consult. You can then thank your client and see them out or end the meeting if virtual. Remember that what I have set out herein is based on my personal experiences and preferences, so this episode should only serve as a guide. Nevertheless, I hope you have gained more clarity on consultations with clients. If you haven't already, please remember to subscribe and recommend this channel to your learned colleagues. See you next time.